In the spirit of the new trailer, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the predecessor of Tenkaichi 3 and Raging Blast 2, it seems like Death Battle has came up and tried to take the viewer's eye of the iconic video that they've came out with since I was in high school of Dragon Ball vs DC, but more specifically saying Superman versus Goku. Now, I think this is the fourth installment of their fight. I've reacted to two of them. Every single time it pisses me off what they explain and how either or loses or wins. From what I look at Death Battle is whatever they announce on this show, because I consider this a show. Y'all do a magnificent job. I feel what y'all say and what they say is what data they use to generate the fight. And a lot of the time with those two people, I feel, I don't know what they do specifically to, you know, make the fights go out, but it just seems like they're both just too strong for each other in a way, and they just like flip a coin and just see who they just say forget it. Like, I guess the odds are too similar, or it's too close. I don't know what they do, but every single time it's like the smallest, tiniest thing. It'll be like, yeah, so Goku, he's a child, so he let him do this, and what? Or he's like, yeah, so Superman snapped and now he wants to kill. Like, it's a weird fight. Both of them can unlock certain powers and abilities and strengths through mental trauma, and it's hard to say for this fight. But yeah, let's get straight into this video. I'm quite excited to see what they say this time, but let's experience this together and let's see how they explain their headcanon. Ooh.
Goku, Superman. It's time to answer the ultimate question, and we're taking it all into play.
We're examining Superman's extensive mainline.
I like how many times they like had this fight going on. Why did they have to add that last part? I like how many times they had this, and their intros for this changes so much every time. I love it, bro. Their animation for things are really good.
Far away in an enchanted land, an old master found a boy.
Look at that.
And marveled at his uncommon strength. This is the story of Son
And
Goku.
they introduced Goku so many times.
You can thank this guy.
Inspired by martial arts
I'll give you
films
that.
and his wife's interest in Chinese culture.
I do want to know this. 5'9". Babe, Goku's 5'9", man.
On discipline and tenacity, both of which strongly define Goku's character.
The more he learned, the more he wanted to improve. This little low.
That's one thing I didn't know. Fish, orange soda,
Discipline and tenacity.
anything.
Just a few years, he was so strong, the only worthy teachers left were gods.
The gods,
And a talking
yeah.
cat, but mostly gods. When you're training to dodge lightning, you know you're a few leagues over everyone else.
I forgot he was trained to dodge lightning.
It helps that he knows so many cool combat moves, like the Kamehameha.
An incredibly powerful technique that focuses one's ki into a single point for a devastating beam.
So challenging, it took Roshi decades to master, but Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
Yep.
It's incredibly versatile, with over 50 different variations. For
Over
example,
50?
Goku can curve the beam after firing, or
Right.
even shoot it from his feet.
But
Right.
unlike most Saiyans, he doesn't just use ki to blow shit up. Moves like the solar flare, energy landmine,
They're trying to put names to these moves.
God
Okay.
requires
Now
you-
let's see if they add the Hakai, because it looks like they're using a lot of manga references also. So let's see if they use the Hakai in this. And if they use the Hakai, then it's like
Then there's
Brogan?
Kaioken, aka instant
Kaioken.
steroids. Goku's
instant
multiplied power by
steroids. The power pole, he does not use the power pole. He does not use the flying Nimbus. I really hope they don't use any of this, bro. And why are they even giving heroes any recognition whatsoever? I don't want to see that. He's not gonna randomly have a sensu bean out of nowhere. He's not gonna have a fucking power pole out of nowhere. He does not carry the power pole, and he does not use the Nimbus. Please do not try to implement this into his fighting style at the end. I don't want to see
Even
it.
his Super Saiyan God certainly changed things up. Goku
Yeah.
gained Divine Ki, a pure form of Ki unspoiled by mortal hands. Reached a level of power that could compete with the greatest of deities, nearly shattering the whole universe with a single clash on his first go.
Now, what also did happen is that Beerus was not fighting seriously. Goku also knew that, and he knew that, you know, going a certain length would be catastrophic. Like, he knows that. He's aware of what he's doing. He's not just blindly fighting. That's why when they power up, that's why when they use Ki Blast, stuff like that, and these things does not destroy the planet that they're standing on, because they are in control of what they do. Now, with them fighting in the Earth's atmosphere, they can fight a little bit more freely and not really worry about destroying the planet. But when they clashed and they hit and punched, stuff like that, there was shockwaves that was rumbling other dimensions, not just that universe. It was literally rumbling dimensions. Gods were coming down and telling them to stop fighting. Another thing that is manga and anime proven is that when Beerus and Champa, his brother, his fat brother, were fighting, and I can't say they was fighting seriously, it was like a brotherly fight. They actually destroyed half of the universe with just them punching and clashing together. So they were destroying planets where just the shock waves of their punches. You have to realize how strong that is, and Goku was fighting with that person.
Now,
Right.
imagine how much stronger he became when he stacked
Super Saiyan on top of that.
and
Yeah.
became Super Saiyan Blue.
Blue.
Super Saiyan
Right.
God, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, not saying that. Or after he trained with some almighty angels. Or when he perfected the blue hairdo and stacked Kaioken on top of that.
Goku has certainly performed great feats.
He
of
stacked
godhood.
Kaioken on top of that was
Breaking through
crazy.
his time stop by forcing himself into the future, holding off Infinite Zamasu, who was a sentient time.
Stop it right there. He wasn't pushing himself into the future. He was predicting Hit's attacks. It wasn't him stepping into the future and fighting. No, he was saying that Hit was a counter fighter. So I'm just going to predict my next movement. I'm going to punch. He's obviously going to try to deflect it and counter punch me. So I'm just going to predict where he's going to be. They said that in a manga and anime.
Timeline, defeating Jiren, who shook the entire world of Void.
Oh yeah, sorry. With Zamasu also, he did not stop Zamasu or kill him. He didn't do anything to Zamasu. He literally just called the god of all universes, which is just the god of creation in a way. And he summoned him, and that guy killed Zamasu. So Goku and Vegeta didn't do nothing to that guy. He just died and became the universe itself. And Goku was like, well, I'm gonna call the god. The guy really came there and was like floating in air. He was like, oh, this is a problem. Well, I'm gonna kill you. And that was it. Literally did that, and that was it.
He even
Yeah.
tried out Hakai, the destruction god move that nopes you out of existence. Your being and your soul erased from all of
Right.
time and space.
Right.
Culminating in his greatest form.
Now, what we will say with the Hakai, what Goku did was a form of the Hakai, a weaker state. And if you are already showing that you're up to par with strength with the person or way stronger than them, you can either push it back or it won't work.
Ultra Instinct.
Chrome Goku isn't a normal transformation.
Chrome Goku.
It's a state of mind. Ultra Instinct is the highest peak of martial arts. Subconsciously making optimal choices because you're in the zone. Doing without thinking.
It's extremely difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Until you get to Dragon Ball Heroes, aka
Why are we talking about this?
Making his story just as much of a what-if scenario as the multiple super continuities. The only real difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
They literally just said, yeah, this is the story of alternate reality Goku that we're going to probably try to give you information about. And the only difference between this and that, because it still connects, is that the creator of the show is not involved.
It's almost overwhelming to think about how far Goku has come, how much he's had to face.
But no matter the challenge, he takes it head on and pushes through.
That was
Showing
funny.
everyone, everywhere, how to go even further beyond. Faster than a speeding bullet. Or how fast a locomotive. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Superman.
Born on the far-off world of Krypton, the infant Kal-El was sent to Earth by his parents, narrowly escaping Krypton's destruction. Raised by farmers.
Yeah,
as
this music
Clark
is
Kent,
lit.
He eventually
Come
became
on now, man.
Superman. champion of the oppressed,
Superman.
the man of tomorrow.
If you've
The
only
man
seen the
of
movies, forget him.
tomorrow.
Comic book Clark's not the perfect Boy Scout, and he's definitely not Jesus.
Created Superman to be a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
A hero who
Really?
can defeat any evil by just punching it. Hell yeah, that's how I live my life.
After almost 9 decades, Superman has been many things. At the core, his story is one of a refugee, a child who lost his home, left to the mercy of alien people. This new world
Right.
accepted him, raised him, gave him a new home, because helping others in need is the right thing to do. That's
Right.
why he became a superhero, the first superhero. When Clark discovered his Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and subconsciously developed mental blocks, severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
Here we
He's
go.
strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the earth for 5 days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not how that works.
He's fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait, he can do all that, but like how his breath is so powerful he can sneeze away a solar system, or blow air cold enough to freeze ghosts.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Babe, does that make sense to you? He can blow cold air so cold that it can freeze a ghost. Does that make sense?
Because ghosts can move through anything, right?
They're not even in this. What the?
Blow invisible air that ghosts can feel.
Invisible air?
Invisible air.
Okay.
Walls.
Invisible
He can
air,
see through your
fellas.
own-
It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
Since he gets his power from the yellow sun, his heat vision burns with the fire of a star. And if beams are enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super flare. It used to totally drain him, but he's learned how to control it.
Simply put, Superman's powers
I didn't know you could do
defy,
that.
Or punch Brainiac so hard every version of him felt it through all of time. Or when he gained 10 years worth of medical training through only 5 minutes of reading and then
Wow.
successfully performed lung surgery.
Nice.
Wow.
My favorite is
Superman can resist being erased from existence, such as taking Darkseid's Omega Beams. Even Retcon and the Time Trapper, both of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him. Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
timelines literally revolve around him.
But let's address the S-shaped elephant. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And while Superman's powers stem from the Earth's yellow sun, exposure to a blue star increases them even further. In fact, upon visiting a white star,
Okay. So now let's really talk about it. Let's be realistic here, right? From what you just gave me, which I didn't know any of this shit, let's talk about what the fuck Superman is. The guy is beyond anything that's living. At the same time, he's just a normal dude. Is he a prodigy? Like, or is this just a normal Kryptonian? Like, who was the strongest and smartest Kryptonian? Like, because what y'all making it seemed like he was just some orphaned kid onto Earth, like how Goku was, where it's like, all right, we have this planet full of superhumans and let's throw Goku onto Earth. Same thing with Superman. Oh, we have this planet full of super aliens, because now you're not even a human. You're a goddamn fallen god at this point. Let's throw him onto Earth. And like, what the hell, bro?
he attained a whole new level of power.
When that old baldy Lex teleported him to another galaxy, Superman just popped back up, saying space-time has lost its meaning for him.
Imagine you sat there and you're just a regular dude, hella smart, the fucking smartest guy on the planet Earth, probably top 10 in the universe, smartest person, right? You build this machine that can fight in space against Superman. So you throw him into another dimension and instantly he flies back and was like, that didn't mean anything. And you sent him to the far realms of a whole nother galaxy, and like this, he came back like you just kicked him across the room. And that's the face right there that you make. That's an accurate depiction right there of, I don't think I want to be a villain anymore. This guy's busted.
Remember, Superman defies physics.
Like when he used heat vision to restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
We've seen that his universe has a radius of at least 100 trillion light years.
See, I don't even look, man. You don't have to put numbers behind this, man. You just said he created a new Big Bang. We know what that means. If you don't know what it means, then you should get off of YouTube and go back to school.
Now, Superman does have weaknesses. There's kryptonite, of course, and exposure to red.
What the fuck is kryptonite? Like, that's where I sit back and wonder, okay, I understand somebody has to have a weakness, but what the fuck is kryptonite? It is literally in Chaos Emerald, and he's weak to it. Why is he weak to it? Who made this thing? Like, I think that's pretty lame as hell that you're weak to a rock and a guy with a wand.
Even if he is the ultimate power fantasy, unstoppable and incorruptible.
Damn.
Such as when he took on the World Forger, one of the most powerful reality shapers in all of creation.
Who was in the 6th dimension, crafting a whole new multiverse to replace the one Clark calls home? Who's gonna stop him?
Superman could, and the Forger knew it. So he was trapped on a world with the sun so distant he could never escape. Or so the Forger thought.
Instead, Clark found the strength he needed to fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger, and shatter his new multiverse with a single punch. Because that's Superman, a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
He's the kind of person to save a cat from a tree, answer Christmas cards from strangers, and tow hundreds of planets to a new galaxy all in the same day. What's not to like?
So now that we sat here and heard both sides of the story, let's realistically say that Superman will win.
Possibility.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's be real here. From the information that was just given to me, I corrected every last thing that they said about Goku and nitpicked everything they said. Now with Superman, I told y'all I'm not that educated within it, but even if the smallest things were incorrect, like how it was a little bit incorrect with Goku, look, man, Goku's strongest move is literally the Hakai and the Genki Dama. First off, Genki Dama won't work because Superman is not evil. Second, even if it did work, he can stop from being erased from history, stop being erased in general. So both of his moves that literally erases you does not work. The goal right now is just let's not die stupidly. I'm really not trying to get copywritten, and they love putting copyrighted music at their joints. They love doing that. It's like their caveat. Let's really talk about it. Nah, no way. What? So now this is like are y'all gonna do this as like a friendly fight? Because that's what it's looking like. And this is animated pretty well too. Well, I said pretty well. This is animated very well. This is animated very well. Y'all put hella bread into this. Why is he saying no regrets? These voice notes, are y'all like, did y'all AI this? If not, oh, good transformation. That's a really nice transformation.
Early morning till the sun down. 30 beams on him, he can run now.
They had to add that, huh? Cool.
Now he ain't breathing from his pump now. Keep a big chop like a lumberjack. Man, I pop one with a upper act. Man, the streets cold with a summer act.
Hey, sec.
Man, I keep a burner with a oven act. I don't even know what I'm saying, man. Keep 100 tools, we ain't playing, man.
So he's literally like smashing that dude from dimension to dimension.
Stone Pac-Man is hitting me. Ain't no Uber, you ain't lifting me. Go to whistle waiting time out. Sneak this, let me find out. Let me pull up to your hide out. D-Way pull a 9 out. Wait, Many students can't stand it.
Good one.
Wait, maxed up like a bandit.
Good one.
Wait, do a flip, you ain't landed. Hold a chain up a ransom. Bullets rain, I was dancing.
I love to see it. That little animation that they did at the end of that was pretty bad.
Way around it. FN hit him in his jacket up the score and counted. Minutes mop I carry with me, I can't go without it. Man, we jumping out the window with this place around it.
What is that?
This is white, it is some rice, talking Uncle Ben. Slide up, shoot you
Cool.
with your car like you Uncle Ben. Gave him 5, that ain't enough, flock another 10. Tryna rap
That's cool.
push, I cop 2 color Benz. All the windows tint.
That looks really good.
Gato condo rounds. Gato type of sound. Bullets like the Cleveland Browns. Movie, y'all some clowns. Pillow clapping, that's some crowds.
I have a problem with that.
Really knock you out of bounds.
I have a problem with that.
Feel like Victor Newton. This or nothing stupid. B-route without keys, we cruising. I'll be with some shooters. Hit you with your mins included. Attached another ruler. No, I ain't come here to tutor. I'll do me, you copy. Put some hot to his face like a cup of coffee. I don't do too much of caring.
I get it. I get it.
But this truck we sliding dark, just like then we park.
Darn it. Almost had me there. That was actually pretty fun.
I get it.
Yeah, it sure was. But I'll be stronger next time.
I look forward to it.
Let's go again.
You're on.
I like that. I accept that. I accept that loss.
Final, indisputable answer. Who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
Goku versus Superman breaches a broader zeitgeist. It's more than just two characters fighting. For a whole
think so?
generation, especially in 90s America, superheroes represented an unyielding status quo. Spider-Man, Batman,
Okay.
Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in. For a lot of
Okay.
people, that's tiring, and Superman is an icon of that. Then along came anime. There was a whole other world of ideas and stories for us sheltered Westerners to experience, and Goku's an icon of that. So
Okay.
while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies.
Right.
culture. And if
I
that's
believe
what's at
that.
stake,
That's how I
who
look at
wants
it.
Goku to lose.
No.
It's not our intent, but it does call into question what we're doing. How can people agree with what we take as fact when fiction relies on interpretation?
Oh, interpretations,
Are we
yeah.
stripping characters of their importance by simplifying them to contestants in a vacuum of violence? And if so,
No.
then what's the point?
Because it's fun, Wiz. Damn it, man. There's more than one way to appreciate something. We're having a great time talking about awesome characters and slamming action figures together.
Right.
That's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying, no matter who you prefer, that battle was super, man.
That's the
Now, I love that they did this, and I hope people actually watch this part. This is why I appreciate their content, because they know how to reel, watchers back in. This was a perfect ending to something that really strayed people away from their content, because they was just like, yeah, but some people use their videos as pure and utter facts. Like, dead serious. They look at this as the gospel of fantasy fighting. How I look at this, it's just something that gives me, especially information about characters I don't know nothing about. Like, I don't like Superman. I'm more of a Batman fan, but knowing this guy's feats and knowing what he can do is absolutely insane. And learning that about him, also learning more things about Dragon Ball or whatever other franchise comes out, it's a beautiful thing. A lot of the stuff that you think I'm a giant Dragon Ball fan. There's certain things that you just would not know unless you get, like with Dragon Ball, the Daizenshai, I think that's called, where they tell you the person's height and weight and what their favorite food is and how they tie their shoe and what hand dominant they are, and and they go get that information, puts it on this, and then gives you their feeds and what they did. It basically, you can know a whole entire character's full bio by just watching this and enjoying the fight that they put at the end, which is majority of the time very good quality for what they do, information and fights. Who asks for more, bro? So it's like, great content. Great content. Put in the comment section down below how y'all feel about this video. how you feel about the fight at the end. Tell me if you would change something, or if any information about Goku or Superman was incorrect and you would change yourself. Thank y'all so much for coming through and watching, man. Make sure to like the video to see content like this more on your news feed, and also so this video can be pushed out to more beautiful people like yourself. Make sure to go in the description box down below also, and follow me on my Twitch. I game, I react just like this with stuff I can react to. Regardless of the fact, I'll be here the next time y'all see me. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified when I make another video. Have a good night, y'all.